Hey guys, welcome back to another Coin Snobz video. Today is Nic-A-Date time once again. And date restorer. We're gonna restore some dates. This little guy right here just happens to be, which I have held on to for quite a while now, April 21st, because, you know, I'm super punctual about getting these videos out, is full of what we would assume to be, or what was bought as from eBay, no-date buffalo nickels. I think I paid like 12 bucks for this. It's a full roll of them, or at least it should be a full roll of them. Crack this bad boy open. Finally, release it from its sarcophagi. Seriously. Peanuts. Seriously. Okay, and inside we find another package. Because we all know how delicate nickels are. Seriously. Alright. Alright, finally. Apparently I have roll number 114. Oh yeah, look at that. Totally bank wrapped. Proof right there. It's not that hard to recrimp a roll. Alright. Now, the important part of this whole thing, or at least the important part to me, is that before I put any kind of a chemical on any coin, such as Nic-A-Date, which really, I mean, the only chemical that I put on a coin is Nic-A-Date, I make sure to go through these and see if there's any weird varieties or if I can identify the date before I have to actually put Nic-A-Date on there. Because, technically, once you put something like this on there, it's a damaged coin. However, if you find something super rare, like let's say a 1918 8/7 or something like that, something that's just a rare date variety, whatever, obviously it's still going to hold some value, even as a damaged coin. But if you were to say find something like a three-legged buffalo nickel, or maybe something like a 1913 Type 1, where this little mound right here the buffalo is sitting on is raised, then you know what you've got. Obviously, you don't have to Nic-A-Date it. The only thing with a raised mound on it is going to be a 1913 Type 1, the very earliest of strikes. And they actually got rid of that raised mound because in circulation, obviously, it's going to be one of the first things to wear off, and 5 cents would be completely wiped out, like, in no time. Much like every detail on this nickel, right? Yeah. So, we go through those, make sure there's nothing that I can salvage before I put this stuff on here, which, by the way, can be very nasty. This is ferric chloride. Void contact with eyes or prolonged contact with skin. I would suggest not getting on your skin, period, just because, I mean, you know, why tempt fate? I am stupid, but I'm not an idiot. So, always wear gloves out there, kids. Alright, go through these bad boys real quick and see if I got anything good before we throw this chemical up in now. Alright, 40 buffalo nickels pre-examined. Over here we have coins with absolutely no date or an unreadable date. Sometimes there's a little wisp of a date there. And no readable mint mark, which of course you can also use this to discover the mint mark on these coins as well. Over here we have one single, most certainly 1913. That is showing that raised mound, as I was saying. So we know it's a 1913 because that is the earliest of strikes, earliest of designs, 1913 being, of course, the first year of the buffalo nickel. And right here we have no date, but a mint mark. So we had two that we could tell for sure were Denver's. One is a San Francisco. And again, you can always show off that mint mark, or discover the mint mark, I should say, with the Nic-A-Date as well. Over here, we have actual dates. Got a 1935 Denver. 1937 Philadelphia. 1937 Philadelphia again. Actually a decent looking buffalo nickel. 1936 Philadelphia. And a 1936, guess what? Philadelphia. And a 1935 Denver. So, obviously, no reason to throw Nic-A-Date on those. No reason to throw a Nic-A-Date on this unless you wanted to try to reveal the mint mark, which, nah, I mean, in that condition, not really a reason to, so we got to type one there. The ones that have mint marks on them, of course, we will reveal the dates. And look at that nice mint mark on that one right there. That is most certainly a San Francisco strike. Awesome. Alright, before we do any of that, of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. Best way to support the channel. Now, the way Nic-A-Date works is when a coin is struck, the raised parts of the coin, the devices, are actually a little bit harder. They're hardened by the pressure of the minting process a little bit more than the fields that are around the coin, which is these guys right here. Pretty much anything below the devices. So say behind the design of the coin. So what this stuff does is removes some of that softer material from around the harder material, the devices, which would be in this case a date, and boom, like magic, you got yourself a dated buffalo nickel. Alright, now let's go ahead and toss our gloves on. No, not these. Much better. Okay, nice. Alright, everything that needs to have the Nic-A-Date applied to it is up on Meow. These up here are going to be our 2Ds and our 1S mint mark showing, so we can kind of keep track of those guys. Everything down here should be Philadelphia, or I can't read the mint mark. Again, you can use this stuff to find the mint mark as well, obviously. This stuff reacts pretty fast, actually. I only put it on here for maybe 30 seconds. You don't want to leave it on too long because this being the stuff that it is, ferric chloride, it can actually begin to destroy the date or destroy any kind of detail that you want to reveal with this stuff actually rather quickly. So I usually leave it on for about 30 seconds or so. Just a tiny little dot in the area that you know for a fact the date is going to be, or absolutely should be. Wash it off with water, towel dry. I mean, obviously you're not going to scratch anything that hasn't been scratched already. And you let the magic happen.
Yes, science!
Alright, Nic-A-Date on every single one that we wanted it on. And a good indicator of when it's time to wash them off is when the fluid, the little drop that's on the coin, begins to turn dark. You know that it is contaminated with metal that it has removed. So, time to wash these bad boys off. See ya in a second. Cross your fingers. Alright, and here we are. Did have to do a few of them a couple of times, which it does happen. Sometimes it doesn't even pop out even if you do it a couple of times. Like this one right here. I think it just had some kind of foreign something on it, paint or rust or whatever. That unfortunately is one of our Denvers, but that's okay. Couldn't find a date on there. Did find a date on this one though. This is our San Francisco strike. It is a 1925. This date did not want to pop out. I had to do that one twice, but that's okay. We do now know it is a 1925. Alright. And then our other little Denver right here is just a semi-uninteresting 1935. But that's okay. Over on this side here is all of our 19 teens. Got 1914 through 1919. That one turned out rather nice. Beautiful 1914. Plain, of course. Again, though, on some of these, there could be a mint mark there. 1915. You just got to throw a little bit of Nic-A-Date down there, which I will probably do. But a lot of these, even if they have a mint mark on them, they're not going to be worth a whole heck of a lot of money. Now that not only have they been Nic-A-Dated, but I mean, before that, they were worn into oblivion. Circulated everywhere. These are all of the 1920s. Decent amount of 1920s. Again, no mint marks there that we could see. This one here, I believe, is a 1936. This again is another one that was difficult to really tell what it is. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. You do it once and it doesn't pop through at all. You do it twice, you can just barely see something, but pretty sure that's 1936. Good example, though, of a place where you might want to do a mint mark if it wasn't a 1936, of course, because not really that valuable to begin with. 1913 Type 2s. See if you can see that there. I know it's difficult to see. A lot of times the date just doesn't pop out very well, and sometimes it's extremely obvious. But both of these are 1913 Type 2s, of course, as opposed to the 1913 Type 1. So both of these coins, 1913, but just struck at very different times. Design change after this one to this one. This row right up, yeah, these are all 1918s. These are going to get special attention and scoped into oblivion. Well, I'm going to scope everything. You guys know me by now. I mean, come on. I'm going to scope everything here numerous times because that's just what I do. I obsess over these things. But these could be 1918 8/7. These could be overdates. I didn't see anything on them obvious, but I mean, you never know. It's extremely possible that they could be overdates. Well, I shouldn't say extremely. Overdates rare, but I mean, law of averages, if I check enough no-date Buffalo nickels, I just have to find an 8/7, right? Right. Well, at least that's what I keep telling myself. But anywho, if you guys are interested in the other Nic-A-Date videos that I have done, gonna leave a link to those down in the description. And of course, after I scope these suckers, if I find anything super cool and awesome, or even just, I mean, I don't know, kind of awesome, I'll come back and show you guys, probably just in a short, so you don't have to sit here and watch a 30-minute video about how I found a, you know, whatever. If we do find a 1918 8/7, though, that's going to be a long-form video because it's going to be mostly me just screaming into the camera phone. But anyways, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. Best way to support the channel. Tick the bell to get a notification every single time that we do upload a video. Throw it a thumbs up if you liked it. Till next time, guys, love you all. See you very soon. Stay safe. You know the drill.